Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Learn with Ease. In this video, we're going to learn what chi-square is and what it's used for and how to use it to run it in SPSS. But before then, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe, share, and we need your feedback in the comments. Thank you. All right, so when it comes to data analysis, there's no way we can skip chi-square test. So the chi-square test is also known as the chi-square test for association. So it tests for whether two categorical variables are associated, or in other, you can also say it tests for whether two categorical variables are statistically independent on each other. All right, so this also means that it tests for the association or independence, like I just said, between two nominal or dichotomous variables. Unlike other tests or method of analysis, chi-square does not distinguish between dependent and independent variable, even if your study design might not do. Right, so before you carry out a chi-square test, there are requirements. Before that study is qualified to be tested using chi-square, there are two requirements. The first one is that there must be two variables that are nominal or dichotomous. For example, variables of letters and male or female, variables of yes and no, like that. All right, so those are the requirements. The nominal variable and or dichotomous variables. I've explained what they are in our previous videos. All right, so the second requirement is that there must be two or more groups in each variable. There must be two or more groups in each variables. All right, so in our example in this video, we're going to use the gender and their preference of smoking. Gender and the preference of smoking. So as you can see here, we have our gender, which is our independent variable here. Then we have smoking, which is our dependent variable. So we want to know between gender and if there's a relationship between gender and smoking. All right, now we have our frequency right here. So the steps, this is our variable view. So the step for carrying out a chi-square test. All right, here we go. Click on Analyze Descriptive Statistics. Then, sorry about that. Analyze Descriptive Statistics, cross tabs. All right, and one other thing you should know about chi-square is that you can put any of the variables either in row or columns. It doesn't discriminate. Yes, you can put any of them where you want. All right, so we move gender to row, we move preference of smoking to column. All right, so that being done, we can check on our exact to see. Okay, that's okay. We'll leave it at asymptotic only. Statistics. All right, so this is where we have some changes to make or additions to add. So we click on chi-square because it's a chi-square test we are running. We click on phi and grammars to test the strength. All right, so that's, click on continue. So next we click on cells. We have the observed, we'll leave that ticked. Tick the expected frequencies, click the rows, the columns, and we also need the total. So click continue. So I think that's all. I don't have any other settings to make. The format, you should leave it at ascending order. The style should be like that, nothing necessary there. The bootstrap, nothing necessary there, so we'll just leave it at that. Then if you want display a bar chart, you can just use it, click on it, and the result will bring out a bar chart, clustered bar chart for you. All right, so that being done, click OK and wait for our result. All right, so our result is out. So we have the case processing summary. Here we just have the number of participants we are using. So we are just using 4, 100%, no missing cases, 4. All right, so here we have cross tabulation. All right, so if the expected frequency, which is this, before we go ahead, I should remind you that, or should take note that when you have a case, an example like this, you first of all, an example like this whereby the data is where each line represents more than one case, you need to weigh your cases. So if you have a data like this, you will have to weigh your cases because this is not the exact number of participants. Each number of participants, the total number of participants has been assigned to each cases separately. So you have to assign weigh your cases before you carry out. I've showed you guys how to do that in my previous video. I posted how to weigh cases. So this is where the use comes in. You weigh the cases before you carry out the test. All right, so back to our results. So when we weigh our cases, the number of participants we have is 50. Yes, the number of participants we have is 50. All right, so now I'm coming to our cross tabulation. If the expected frequency, which is this one right here, the expected frequency is greater than 5, it means there's an association. It means there's a relationship. But if it is less than 5, it means there is no association or relationship, and that there is no statistically not independent. So for this example now, this is greater than 5, so there's an association. For males who smoke, then when it comes to male who don't smoke, there you see there's still an association there. Yes. All right. So now, when it comes to female, there is also an association because the expected count is greater than 5. All right. So now there's other ways of interpreting the cross tab is that if the observed frequency, which is this count, the observed frequency is greater than the expected frequency, which is this one. So here we have 18, it's greater than 14, right? Or count. Then there is an association. So it means our judgment is correct. The observed frequency, which is this count, is greater than the expected frequency. That is for male who smoke. While for male who don't smoke, the observed frequency is less than the expected frequency. So this means that the men smoke more than the women. All right, so moving to, since there's an association here, we can now move to our chi-square test result. All right, so moving to our chi-square test result. Here, if the p-value is less than 0.05, then you can say that there is a statistically significant association. That is the rule for the chi-square test. If the p-value is less than 0.05, then we can say that there is a statistically significant association. All right, so here we have our Pearson chi-square test. Here is 0.023, so it's less than 0.05. So it means that there is a statistically significant association between gender and preference for smoking. All right, so how do you interpret this result, the chi-square test result in general? So you will say that I have a text for it here for you. So you say that A chi-square test for association was conducted between gender and preference for performing competitive sport. All expected cell frequencies were greater than 5. Now, there was a statistically significant association between gender and preference for smoking, where we have this 5.195 and the p-value at 0.023, as you can see here. All right, so now we know that there's a statistic that there was statistically significant association. Now I want to know the strength of this association. What results can we use? We use the Phi and Kramer's test. All right, so the Phi and Kramer tells us the strength of this association. Yes, so Phi and Kramer's V are used to measure the strength of association. So both can be interpreted in the same manner as a correlation. Though Kramer's V ranges from 0 to +1, while Phi range can exceed +1. Yes, it can exceed +1. So how do we interpret this result? So if you look at our Phi's value here, both our Phi value and Kramer's value are the same. This is because it's a 2x2 data table. Yes. All right. So this value here simply means that the relationship or the association is moderately strong. Well, moderately strong. The association is moderately strong. So how do we interpret this? Let me show you the text on how to interpret this. So all expected cell frequencies were greater than 5. There was a moderately strong association between gender and preference for smoking. Right, between gender and preference for smoking. Okay, so that's it, guys. Now we have our bar chart here. It shows us the participants, both male and female. For those who prefer smoking, you can see that the participation of male are more than that of the female. Those who smoke, the male who smoke are more than the female that smoke, while the male that don't smoke are less than the female that don't smoke. Alright, guys, so this just a small example on how you can use the chi-square test, what it's used for, how you can run it. If you got what you're looking for from this video, please like, subscribe if you're not subscribed, share, and give us a feedback. If there's any question or any confusion, you can ask us and we'll definitely make a video to correct that. Thank you. Peace out.